Well, hello there and welcome back to a brand new video where today is a very exciting day because today is the day I talk to you guys about the PlayStation 5 console, specifically about everything we know so far. Period. Because tomorrow is a very exciting day, 9 p.m. UK time on June 4th. Sony are having their own event talking about the PlayStation 5. Now, we don't know if they'll show us the console, if they will show us all the features. We don't know. But it's a very exciting time, and I will be tuning in. I'll probably make a video maybe on the Thursday or the Friday talking about the event and what we've learned so far. But I kind of wanted to do a video, a recap, so for anyone out there who knows already about the PlayStation 5 but doesn't remember everything, this video is definitely for you. This video is also for someone who doesn't know anything really about the PlayStation 5 and what we revealed, because if you guys don't know Xbox Series X, we already know the spec, we pretty much know all the features, and we know what it looks like. PlayStation, we know the specs, but we don't know all the spec. We know what the controller will look like, we have no idea what the console is going to look like, and we know some features but not all features. So it's very exciting indeed. So to begin with, like I said, there is an event tomorrow, June 4th at 9 p.m. UK time, a very exciting time, especially if you're a fan of PlayStation or someone who is deciding, do they go for the PS5 or the Xbox Series X? As of right now, before I get into the specs, Xbox Series X looks very powerful indeed, but the PlayStation 5 does have something up its sleeve, and a quick teaser, I say teaser, probably more of a spoiler, the PS5 has probably one of the best SSDs ever made, period. One of the fastest SSDs ever, but we'll get into that a little bit further. But yeah, so like I said, there's an event tomorrow, which is very exciting. So some key facts. So let's talk about some key facts about the PS5, a little bit of a Q&A before we get into it. So obviously the PS5 will be replacing the PS4 and the PS4 Slim. When will it be released? Well, it's going to be released sometime this year in the holiday of 2020. Normally that means Q4. So that's October, November, December. I think with the PS4, we saw a November release date. It's going to be around November time. Will the PlayStation 5 have VR? Yes, it will. So the PS5 will be compatible with the current PlayStation VR hardware. So if you have PSVR, it will be compatible with your PlayStation 5. However, there are some rumors that there will be a second version. So PlayStation VR 2, I mean, it's guaranteed, right? Because, you know, you're bringing out the PS5, it's more powerful. You know, when the PSVR came out, obviously great platform, great system, but obviously there's probably some improvements they can make down the road, and I'm guessing there will be a PSVR 2 at some point. Regarding the cost, we have no idea. We don't know if the price will be similar to the previous generations or will it be more expensive, because obviously these consoles get more powerful and powerful, but we do have to remember that parts do get cheaper over time. Sometimes consoles don't always use the latest parts to keep the cost down, but we don't know it as of yet. So it's very exciting. Maybe tomorrow we'll find out that information. You might be asking, will the PS5 support backwards compatibility, and specifically PS4 games? So if you have a PS4 and you have a bunch of games, will they be transferable or backwards compatible on the PS5? So what we know so far is it will be compatible for nearly all the games. I'm unsure why they say nearly all. I'm guessing some games it might not be. It might be a publisher thing maybe, where they want to make a remastered version for the PS5, because the remastered marketing campaign and just sales in general go through the roof, because the second go, oh, that was a good classic on my previous console, let's buy the remastered version for a cheap price, but a better version because it's upscaled for the next generation console. So I'm guessing that's why, because if you think about, if you guys don't know, or you may know, on the Xbox One it does support backwards compatibility for the Xbox 360, but there is a catalog, so not every game is backwards compatible, because some publishers do want to make a remastered version. But we have seen with Xbox One that even the games which have been remastered, you can play the original on the Xbox One. So it's pretty interesting. I guess it's kind of like a safety net. They don't want to confirm that every game will be backwards compatible, but they are saying that nearly all games will be backwards compatible for the PS5. In regards to PS3, PS2 games, PS1 games, we don't know yet. All we know is that it will play PS4 games. I mean, potentially we could see PS3, PS2, and PS1. Now, on the PS4, you can play some PS3 games and some PS2 games if you buy them from the PlayStation Store. It's not a huge list, but you can, so it is possible. But I am hoping that PS5 has a really big catalog for backwards compatibility, because I'm a real big fan of that, because I recently purchased the PS3 60GB model simply because I wanted to play some PS2 games. I can't play PS2 games on my PS4 unless they're specific great games. So I'm hoping that the PS5 does have a full backwards compatibility, but hopefully we'll find out tomorrow. Now moving on, let's talk about the brand new PlayStation 5 controller. So this was released or revealed around April time, and it was pretty interesting. They just revealed the controller, and it's a white and black controller. Looks bigger, very similar to an Xbox One controller, and it's interesting. It's no longer DualShock. So DualShock 3, DualShock 4 was the PS3 and PS4. PS2, I think we had 6-axis. So DualShock has finally been retired, and we're moving on to DualSense. So yeah, that's correct. So we're going from DualShock to DualSense. And essentially, DualSense is a controller which supports haptic feedback. We're seeing a lot of haptic feedback lately. And essentially what it is it gives you more direct feel and vibration from the controller. So for example, let's say a driving game. If you were to drive on tarmac, it's quite smooth. The second you drive on mud or grass or stone, you're going to get different feedback, whereas normally you just feel vibration. So that is what haptic feedback is. They've also renamed the share button. So the share button is still on there, but it's been renamed to create, so people can create content and all that fun stuff. They've also adapted the triggers for L2 and R2, so the players feel the tension when pressing down. So you're going to have more feel to the controller. I'm excited. I mean, if this is any indication in terms of what the console could potentially look like, I mean, white and black, could that be the theme? The PS4 looks amazing. The PS3 was one of my favorite console designs, but I am excited for the PS5 in terms of what it will look like. But who knows? Could it be white and black? Could it be all black? I mean, you know, history shows that PlayStation love a black console, and it was gloss for the PS3. It was matte black for the PS4. So this time, is it going to be satin, gloss, or a completely different color? Who knows? But I'm very, very excited. Now, finally, let's quickly talk about the specs, because I know a lot of you guys will be interested in the specs. So to begin with, let's talk about the CPU. So we have another AMD Zen 2 based CPU, 8 cores at 3.5 gigahertz. The GPU is pretty impressive here at 10.28 teraflop at 2.23 gigahertz. What's interesting is the memory interface is at 16 gigs of RAM at GDDR6, which is very exciting. Memory bandwidth is 448 gigabytes per second. Internal storage is a custom 825 gigabyte SSD. Now, some developers have already told us that this is one of the best SSDs they've ever worked on. It's one of the fastest SSDs ever, period. People are saying, they're saying that the PS4 versus the PS5 perform 100 times faster than the PS4. 100 times faster, which is crazy. Honestly, it is. A few other things as well. So there is another SSD slot. There is also some external storage. So if you want to plug in a USB with an external hard drive, that supports it, but it's only for PS4 games only. So for PS5 games, you can only save them on the SSD and on the expandable SSD as well. The PS5 will also come with a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray drive. I believe the PS4 had a 4K Blu-ray drive, but realistically, it was like 1080p 2K, but they upscaled it to 4K. But this time around, it's a native 4K Blu-ray drive. I mean, I don't really play Blu-rays, but I know some people, in order for them to make their mind up about buying a PS5 or a PlayStation in general, they go, oh, it is a Blu-ray player and I can play games. So it's kind of like best of both worlds, really. I know a few friends who have kind of convinced their other half, so hey, it's a Blu-ray player, why don't you can use it for Blu-rays and now you can use it for games. So there we go, guys. Hopefully this video was nice and quick. I'll probably find out when I'm editing this, probably a lot longer than I anticipated, but anyway, I'm hoping this video was somewhat helpful. So obviously we spoke about some key facts, about some general Q&As about the PlayStation 5. We also spoke about the brand new controller, which I'm very excited about. I know when this first got revealed, some people were going, oh, it's like the Xbox controller. Will people like it? Because the PlayStation have always been known to have the smaller controller compared to the Xbox. But to be honest, I mean, it looks great. I'm excited. I'm excited for the new feedback. And I've always been a big fan of the PlayStation controllers. I'm sure they're going to do a great job. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. I'm more excited though to see what the console is going to look like. And the specs. I mean, the specs are very good as well. We spoke about the specs and they all seem good. But I might do a comparison video between the Xbox Series X and the PS5. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys do want to see that. But anyway, if you have enjoyed today's video, then be sure to massive thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, comment down your thoughts regarding this. But anyway, guys, have a wonderful day. And as always, in my next video, adios, chaps, boom.